All right.
Hello, folks.
Hey, y'all. What it do? Where's the thing to take me to where I need to go to so that I can see the comments? Hello.
Oh boy. We're here for our reality recap, girl.
Hey,
So
we here today, honey.
let's get to it.
Boom. Hey, we here today, honey. Okay. So now I can see your comments on YouTube. Took me a second to get all that straight, but boom, we're ready to go.
Okay.
So, Kendra, when you're ready,
Okay.
you can hit the Instagram because I'm on. Have it in two places. Do.
Hello. I am live.
Let me see here. I'm like looking at two different things, so this is going to be interesting. I'm trying to get this Instagram set up, y'all that are watching the live here. Hello.
Okay, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can.
Excellent. Perfect.
So I wish I could put my YouTube people on this side. I guess I'm just gonna have to like back up. I feel like
I like literally have my iPad propped on my computer so I can sort of
listen. Deja is unprepared today,
final gaze, and it doesn't look too off.
Because I surely did not charge my my iPhone because baby girl was knocked out upon the couch over here.
No one cares. Meaning, not like me. I'm saying no one cares, as in like we have no one here. There's no one here watching us. Like
true, but we have someone on YouTube. So hey, boo, drop us a little comment in the comment section. Say hello to us. We're about to do the reality recap live. We do it every Monday. Hopefully, it's done at 6:15, but it might be more like 6:30 because your cousins be late sometimes.
6:30 feels like a better time. We can say going forward we'll do from 6:30 till 7:30. So
good.
Let's
I'm like, I don't know where to look because the YouTube is delayed. I'm gonna look here.
Okay. All right. We'll figure out where to look next time. We're testing everything out. Go with us, people. All right, you're on the journey. You're on the journey. All right.
Well, before we get started, one of our viewers said that she loves when we tell the audience what we're drinking. So you might be disappointed today, sis, because I sure enough am drinking. What's this? Wakia. That's so ghetto how I just said that, but
yes.
It's a Hawaiian water.
Flavor.
Why Wakia? Girl, whatever. Okay, Wakia.
Wakia. I am having, what is this? Sauvignon Blanc? I think. I bought two different things. I'm having the Mary J. Blige. I think this is Sauvignon Blanc, which is very good. The Sun Goddess, very good. I should
have did a total wine order. I did not think this through.
I'm trying to drink more of the black owns. So typically I do black girl wines for the rosé. What is it? It's called Black Girl Magic wines. Yeah. With the rosé and with I like their sparkling brut. Mm-hmm. So I usually will be doing that or this Sun Goddess. And then for red, I also like their red blend, but their red blend is pricey to me. So I will go over to the 19 Crimes with Snoop Dogg on the little cover.
Now that is good.
For my red blend. And then what else? Oh, I'm trying I think it's Maison Noir. They have something I was drinking, Pinot Noir the other day, but it's dry, which I don't mind. But
yeah, I don't mind either. I think so. Is that episode up yet? I don't know. But we have an episode where I'm talking about my deep love and affection for Feminine Cook. And he put me on to, listen, don't shame me. There go my niece, my little namesake. Hey, boo. So he put me on to Elawan, which is like a Pinot Noir. It's supposed to be similar to Maomi. I am more of a fan of Maomi. Like the Elawan tastes like, what I said to him was like, it tastes like Maomi's kid sister who's trying to get up there. She's not quite ready yet. Mm-hmm. But it was good. I mean, it's just a little bit drier. So you should check that out. You might like it.
Okay.
So let's get on to the get on.
All right. Where would you like to be? Well, what are we covering today?
Of course, Love of Marriage Huntsville. Of course, the Housewives of Potomac. And I think since I missed Encore, let's do, what's it called? Candy Online's interview with Nivea.
Yeah. We'll do the interview and I'll pop in some tidbits from the Encore to tie it all together because they're relevant.
Yes. So let's do Nivea first thing. How about that?
All right, cool. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot my filter, girl. Ooh.
I really enjoyed Nivea on this show. I'm going to be honest. I would like to see her on my TV more. But that interview, that interview was a lot.
And watching that, I just didn't know, like, her story was so, I mean, and not like, I don't know if she did an unsung. So it's not so much that we would, but I felt for her, especially like when she was talking about her, towards like the end, maybe the middle, where she's talking about her addiction and she was like digging through the carpet trying to find like crumbs for the cocaine that she was working with. And I was like,
so just a little recap for anybody who hasn't watched it. It's really good. Go watch it. But basically, Candy did an interview with Nivea. She talked about her entire career. She talked about how she got started, and like literally, like this entire thing was a series of like mishaps that kept derailing her, is what I took away from it. And so basically, she got with this manager. She was a teenager, like a young teenager, 13, 12 or 13, maybe 14.
Mm-hmm. I think she was 14.
Okay, 14. And so basically he was trying to like put her on, but he didn't really know what he was doing. And then she was living in Savannah and she moved to Atlanta with him. And they started obviously having a sexual relationship. Well, not obviously, they shouldn't have, but that's what the predatory nature of the music industry is sometimes. And Candy Candy seemed like that was commonplace during that time as well. Like she was not shocked by any of this happening. So they were having a sexual relationship, and he was kind of taking her money and telling her to spend her money differently, whatever. And she got a really good deal. I think that's the only mess her. She was on the tail end of those really good deals in the late or the early 2000s, like before the music industry really shifted. So then she, breaks up with this guy. Wayne moves her, Lil Wayne. She gets involved with him, ends up moving to New Orleans. And then he basically gets her to give up her career and like come and be with him. And then he like goes and marries Toya and like
moves her in the
house. And Nivea's like, well, what about me? So then she's back on her ass. Then she goes, I guess, back to Atlanta, and then ends up marrying the Dream. And their situation seemed to like kind of fall apart. I don't know. She seemed like she was having maybe a bout with, after she had her children, some sort of identity crisis. She was reluctant to call it postpartum, so I'm not going to do that either. But she seemed like she was having some sort of identity crisis. And then moving on, so they get divorced, something else. She gets pregnant by Wayne. Her and Lauren London are pregnant at the same time.
What do they call that? Project twins?
Yeah, hood twins. So they're having hood twins. They become close actually and support each other through the pregnancy. But again, obviously, he's got 2 different women pregnant at the same time. This is not going to work out with Wayne. She goes back, like she seems like I don't remember what she was doing during that time, but then she starts having addictions, issues with like smoking cigarettes. Then she like on a whim one day randomly tries coke and then has like this major coke addiction and basically came off of it sometime. She didn't specify when, but she came off of it sometime within the last probably 5 years or so. And
she said, but she didn't really say like either like how long she'd been removed from being addicted.
Right. She said it was more than a year, but like less than 10, I think, or something. So
yeah,
I'm not saying it has been 5 years. I don't know. It might have been 2, might have been a year and a month. Who knows? But you know, she's been off of it long enough to be able to say like, okay, you know, true. I'm good. I'm better. So then she, you know, goes on to join this show. I mean, there's so much more stuff in between. I'm just giving the highlights. So now she's on the Encore, and it was a lot.
It was heavy.
It was a lot,
to say the least. That interview just made me a wee bit more like endeared to her in the sense that Nivea, her story is just crazy. Like to go from wanting to be like a singer and getting signed, and like also she described herself as being like super shy as a child. So like to be the one that became the breakout star, but you know, like she had the huge voice, so it only made sense. It was only right. But it's just like, damn, man, like I'm just very much more endeared to Nivea, and whatever she decides to do moving forward, I'll be ecstatic to see. Like, it would be dope if she had her own reality show, because the bitch is funny.
It's so funny, which comes over to the Encore with all of that as background. So the twins are yakking and smacking per usual and getting on my nerves, having temper tantrums. And Nivea is kind of like, I forget who they went on the attack of. Who was it that got really upset? Maybe Misha. I think it was probably Misha. And Misha got really upset with them. And Nivea's like, okay, that's enough. That's enough. And then one of the twins started hollering at Nivea. And I was like, that don't seem
this
like
ain't what you want to do.
I can't be sure. I could never be sure. But Nivea don't seem like she want to play them games with you.
Okay. No, not in the slightest.
And so Nivea, like, she like flew off the handle, was like, I don't need this. I am done. Like, get me out of here. And like went on a rampage, packed her bags, was like yelling all through the halls. I think they did try to go do a little cleanup because they realized like, okay, we don't have that many strong singers anymore. The strong singers are gone. Aubrey's gone. Nivea's gone. They have Shamari and the twins. And Shamari's a good singer, so they have Shamari and the twins.
Is the strongest singer in the house if Nivea leaves.
Right, so they're like, okay, we're going to try to smooth it over Nivea. And Nivea's like, no. I'm done with this. Too late. So she's out.
Damn. So she left at the end of this last episode, or is it like to be continued?
Nah, she's out. Like her bags, we see her bags go into the car.
Oh shit! I didn't see that coming.
I didn't either, because I thought everything was gonna go pretty smoothly. Like she's seemed pretty easy to get along with, and everybody loved her. So but it seemed like she was having a hard time with Aubrey leaving, because she was kind of like, okay, so people can leave, like that's an option. And she's also not ever been in a girl group, so I think it was Keely maybe that was saying, if you've never been in a girl group, you're not used to members going in and out, or like the drama that can come along with it. So the thing with Aubrey really like shook her up a little bit, and so she was like, girl, I don't have to do this. And she pumped
for real, she got as we were saying, who was we talking about that had the checks that was children?
Oh yeah,
homegirl, what's her face from Housewives? Ashley.
Yes.
Ashley, yes, she secured the bag with her 2 babies.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Hold on. Here's the thing. I feel like with Nivea, her kids are getting older, and so that's why she's trying to get back on the scene. Because it seemed like when her kids were probably younger, she probably was fine to be like at the house. But you know, now the kids are like, she has teenage kids. So she's like, all right, well, the child support don't last forever.
I mean, but at the same time, right? Like, she got the voice. Like, she wanted to come back out. I feel like people will still gravitate towards her. She just needs the right, project and backing behind her to really make it happen at this point.
Yeah,
and having been on this stage, like, or not on the stage, but having been on this show, like, we are now reintroduced to Nivea in a way that we didn't necessarily know her before. Definitely. And like I said, she got a hit on her hands just being like a reality show person. Like, she doesn't necessarily have to go forward and make music as much as I would love for her to do so. She could absolutely just, like, with Candy's backing, because Candy and Todd, like, go ahead and get that TV money.
Yeah. And she could totally do that. She could totally do that. She could take like the Keisha Cole route almost. Like, we watched Keisha Cole on TV for a long time. And she wasn't doing anything. K. Michelle, I watched all of K. Michelle's shows because I find K. Michelle highly entertaining. So she could easily take that sort of route, release a few little songs every now and again, and be on TV. And I think that would be sufficient. I agree. Yeah,
I agree. Okay, so let's move on along, because that's all we cared about on the Encore was Nivea. So I feel if she off the show, I don't know if I'm finna watch no more.
Nobody cares about the rest of them girls. It's like, what's Nivea doing? Nivea's gone. I don't know if I'm going to finish this.
So, okay. Let's do Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Okay.
So,
I have some notes for this.
Please. I just watched it, so it's like fresh in my mind.
Go ahead.
I definitely want to talk through, and this could be a Lucy, but I definitely want to talk through the conversation with Kiowa, Kimmy, and what is his name? Shit, I was going to call him Scott, but that's his last name. Maurice. Yes. So that was awkward. Like, she having to, because in her confessional, remember, she like said, like, they always have conversations, or not that Kai was doing this. Maurice has conversations with Kiowa as though she is not in the room. And she was like, I always just, if this is going to continue to happen, then I'm always going to just interject myself and be like, hey, so I'm here, and I'm like, hey, Joy girl. How does that play out in the long game? Like, I don't know. I don't know that if I was put in that position, if I would be interjecting myself in that way. Because I feel like that creates more of a problem than there needs to be. And I understand her point. Like, hello, I am sitting here next to you while you're having these conversations. You could at least, make it known that I'm here.
Yeah, like acknowledge me or whatever.
Yeah. And so I understand what she's saying, but it's like, is with the contention that they've already had.
Listen, just on some like basic level of respect, just let somebody know that I'm in the room. Because I hate for somebody to start talking crazy while I'm in the room.
Hello?
Just be like,
then you want to grab the phone like, hey, what you talking about? I'm right here, sis.
Like, hey, I'm on speaker. Kimmy's right here. Like,
not the side eye, though.
And I feel like if I'm Kiowa, I'd like to know if Kimmy's there, too.
I mean, agreed.
Like, from both sides, I feel like I would want to know.
It's just weird. I'm like, why? Like, you, like, Maurice, you already know that it's like, foolery and fiddle-de-dee happening betwixt you, your son's mother, and your now wife, right? Mm-hmm. So, like, why set yourself up for failure? Why not just be like, hey, we're all here having this meeting, or whatever the case may be. Like, it stop putting the onus on your wife to interject herself awkwardly into the conversation. Like, that's just my standpoint.
Like, all of the men in this on this show are happy to put the onus on their wives for everything. So there's that.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
We can get Martell out of the way.
Well, I think that's pretty much the rest of the episode, but go ahead.
Actually, wait, before we get Martell out of the way, I wanted to talk through also Tisha getting a backbone and telling Marceau that she would leave him and take him for all that he's worth if she finds out through social media that he got a side baby. And it's like, girl, you know that child is out here allegedly, let me put that on there. You know that child is out here, so why all of a sudden you want to like get your, put your gruff on, your superwoman voice, or what's her mother's name? Put your mama on, like, because all this time it's been very docile and like I don't have nothing to say. Yeah, put her Wanda cape on, like, like she'll say little bits here and there, but she's been very meek and mild. So now all of a sudden you got all this sass and attitude and carrying on, and it's like, is this real?
I don't pay Tisha too much mind. I find her to be annoying. So, like, that whole exchange was just like, okay, Tisha, whatever. You're saying all of that, and okay, sure.
Must you be so dry about Tisha? I cannot.
She's just annoying. I find her annoying. She's immature.
Yes.
Ugh. Especially with Kimmy. And listen, I am clear on who I am. I like a team. I like to be on a team. I like to be on a side. I don't want to have to keep flip-flopping. So don't make me flip-flop from your team once I'm on it, okay? I'm Team Kimmy all day, every day. Kimmy ain't never been wrong to me.
Right.
Okay?
Agreed.
Kimmy talks with sense. It's clear. It's like she reasons things out the way that it, like, literally the thing she said from last season, I'd be saying that to this day, where she's like, you people like to start in the middle of stuff. Y'all like to start in the middle and start a conflict from the middle. No, what is the thing that started it all off?
Right. And then work forward.
So I'm Team Kimmy all day, every day. So
Same.
Letitia ain't never going to be right for me, by me.
No, and I'm with you. Because, like,
but also she's very immature.
Agreed. This didn't happen in this season, but previous season where she had her Kimmy, Destiny, and Tisha did the podcast, and then it became this whole back and forth argument between Tisha and damn Kimmy, and it was like, girl, is this what you brought her here for? Like, and then you recorded this. Like, I'm almost curious to like see if I can find her podcast and see if that episode even went live, because I'm like, girl, that was non-productive, like all the way around.
I just find her to be very irritating, so I ignore her as much as I can.
As you should.
I
do too. She's just obnoxious.
She really is. She really is.
Did y'all talk about Destiny and this quick?
We did not, but we can.
Georgia, you need to come on the stage.
We can.
I talked about that last week though, where I was like, the quiet as it's kept. That's the couple that Funky Dineva was saying that hurried up and got married so they could be on this show. Yeah, and then when she was finally a full-time cast member, you never saw LeBaric. What's his name?
LeBaric.
Okay, yeah, you never saw him. And now this season we getting divorced. So Whoopi was married for like 6 months. We made a baby, and then that was it.
Didn't seem like it was going to work out. Like, it didn't seem like they were the same type of people on the same page. So, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. But nah, so let's move on to Martell, who I find extremely exhausting. Everything about Martell is exhausting. It wasn't even a year. Oh, God, I didn't realize it was that fast.
See, that's what I'm saying. I figured that. Because like the filming ain't but what, a couple of months that they film, if that, couple of weeks. So it was like, boom, we're married, or they were engaged on like one of the first season, and then in the next season they was married, and then the next season they was pregnant, or no, they were married and pregnant, and then the baby was here.
I don't know. Joy said, "How does Martell not have a builder's license?" And I don't know the answer to that question.
Baby, I was
Yes.
watching that just now. Like, damn. So basically, Melody was the person that had to sign all the information, sign all the contracts for the homes. So basically, on paper, it looks like she is the home builder and not you, even though you technically probably were there overseeing the shit, Martell. Like,
seems like some mess with that.
And then to say, I don't know that I would have put it out on TV that I ain't passed the test. And I failed it, what, 7 times, 9 times? What did he say?
Did he say that?
Yes.
Oh.
Because he was sitting there with his friend when they was having the beef, right? It's before the beef started. And he was just like, yeah, I got to get mine together. What Melanie is the key to? Hello? Say that. I'm like, what?
That's why it don't seem like his mistress is even in the mix anymore. His mistress seemed like she doesn't.
The mistress is broke. Like, you don't be thinking, like, if your wife is your cash cow, okay, why would you fuck that up? Because now you out here struggling, and he getting emotional in the what was the not couples counseling, parenting counseling, whatever. There you go, 2 words. So, like, bruh, this is some shit that you set yourself up in. So, like, now we're finally in a place where you are acknowledging that you set yourself up for failure, and this is the repercussions of your actions. But my
thing is, okay, I get it. If you fail the test, okay, and you can't pass the test, it seemed like. I mean, if that's the case, I understand. However, you would think you would do everything in your power to figure out how to make it work. Not even your relationship necessarily, but to like keep Mel on your good side. And it seems like he takes every opportunity to like, huh?
I'm listening to you, but I read what Joy said. The mentor outed him. Damn, I missed that. I thought he said that he failed it so many times, and then the mentor agreed.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I've missed all of that completely. But it would seem like you would do enough to keep her on your good side. Like, hey, let's, listen, we have these kids, we have this, property that we're trying to develop. We have all this stuff that we're trying to get together. Let's do it for our kids. Like, let's keep the family business going for the kids. Like, and they would try to stay out of each other's way. Like, they would do it like Tarek and Christina on on what's that show called?
Tarek and Christina, Lord bless it.
From what's the show? The Flipping Houses show. I don't know I can't remember what it's called. Anyway,
Flip or Flop is not them, is it?
It is Flip or Flop, HGTV. They got divorced. Christina was in a whole other marriage and got divorced from that man as well. And they still flipping houses on HGTV together. Feels like to me
the money. The money was talking stronger than that connection.
That's what I'm saying, though, because even Mel, like, she seems like she still cares about the business side. And if he had framed it as like, let's keep doing this for our children, she probably would have gone along with it.
I don't think so. I disagree, because she sure enough was like, no, I'm going to dissolve this. I'm going to dissolve that. Like,
yeah, because he was so hostile and so pissy about it. Like, everything that he tried to do or she tried to do, he was just like, like, he just couldn't give her any peace. That's what I'm saying. From the beginning of their marriage dissolving or whatever, I feel like he should have made a better effort, knowing that all of the money was tied up in what she could do. And even in this situation where with the whole 47 acres and building the houses and all of this stuff, like, even still, she was like, did you talk to Martell? Because I don't want this to be any mess. She could have been messy and just been like, yeah, I got the builder's license, I'll do it. She still tried to give Martell the benefit of the doubt. And even if he had come to her like, hey, I heard he approached you with this, can we try to work it out? I know you don't really have the experience, but you have the license. Can we work it out and partner together or something?
Yeah.
He never comes to her with any sort of humility. You would think that he's the one.
That black man pride. I was going to use another word.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, if he had come to her with some sort of humility, the humility that he needed, frankly, then maybe
he's delusional about how big of a role Mel plays. And he's mad that she actually left. Yeah,
I totally agree. He's definitely delusional.
Like, be mad at yourself.
But I feel like if he had come to her with some sort of proposal and framed it as like, for the children, let's do this together for another 5 years, or like, let's at least go develop this 47 acres, I feel like she might have considered it. But he's been an asshole to her at every turn.
Agreed. And an asshole to himself. Like,
he really just drives me up the wall.
So that conversation with him and the friend about him feeling as though like his friend didn't do the business right, or like the friendship right, or whatever the case, I understood both sides of it, but it's like, bro, you fucked all this up long ago. And so now the companies that we sold to, they don't want to do business with you. So even if I had gone to you with this information, this isn't what the person that bought the land chose. So I can't really do that. You got me stuck between a rock and a hard place because of you and your wayward ass dick.
Yeah. And it's like, I'm still trying to give money to your family. Like, I'm trying to make sure your wife has money to help your children eat. Like,
we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, guys. So hey, YouTube.
So it's like, he's too emotional for me. Everything has got to be a damn outburst, and everything don't got to be an outburst. It
doesn't. It's not that serious. It should never be that serious. But I mean, that goes back to what I had said last week about. Well, I was shading the Capricorns, but specifically the men. They tend to be super duper emotional.
Yeah.
Like, very, very.
Yeah. And then what really gets on my nerves, like at the end of all of this, how he talks to Mel like he's a husband shouldn't even talk to the wife like that, but how I guess their dynamic work of him just being like, stop doing that. That's enough. I was just like, why are you talking to her like that? She's
not one of your children.
She's not your child. She's not even in your household anymore. You need to talk to her, A, like you have some respect for her, but B, like, you know, she has the builder's license, so you should be over there trying to be nice to her.
That part. Because you need her at the end of the day. That's why your ass is struggling and sitting here having an emotional moment in the chair of the co-parenting therapy session.
Yeah.
And like, so that part of it, skipping around a little bit, that part when he and Mel were sitting down to have the conversation, I'm so surprised this season at how well, based on these 2 episodes anyway, how well they seem to be communicating with one another, because hell, the last 2 seasons it's been, you know, like hell on water.
Well, I think everything was fresh and new. And even with him getting upset with her saying you have 5 kids, it's like, well, you do. And it's like, we can't just come here and talk about the 4 that you have. We got to talk about like how we're going to interact with this 5th child. We have to talk, the money got to stretch to the 5th child too. Like, we can't sit here and come up in here and ignore the fact that you have a whole other ass child.
I think what he needs to do is sell that damn house that he can't seem to afford anymore now that he and Mel
is he even living in the house?
I would think so.
I thought
because he told Mel that she had to get out. So who the hell living in the house if she had to get out with the goddamn kids, which is dumb as hell?
I doubt it. Maybe. I don't know. So.
You know what? So sidebar, this don't have nothing to do with the shows we're talking about, but there's another situation that's similar to that, to Mel's, in that the LaToya Ali girl from Housewives of Atlanta.
If it is one person I can't stand, is that girl. I cannot stand LaToya, but go ahead.
Oh dear. She cracks me up. Anyway, so
she wears me out.
I had been watching her YouTube channel when she and her ex-husband were still living together. And I don't remember, I was maybe not watching her YouTube channel, but watching like all the little stuff that's on the interwebs, the tube of you. And like, I think there was like something that Adam was like, well, I'm not leaving. You gonna have to leave. You want to be divorced or something like that, then you gonna have to leave. And I was just like, this is so crazy to me that men are like, you gonna tell the wife that she got to leave knowing that the kids got to go with her.
Yeah, it's pretty grimy.
Like, what kind of shit is that?
It's pretty awful.
Because to me, that seems like it's a manipulation tactic. It's a reverse
Of course
psychology
it is.
tactic. Like, you don't really want this bitch to move out. You just want to like make it difficult. Because hell, of course she's gonna take the kids with her, and you gonna want her to take the kids with her because they're not with you majority of the time. Like, I just was so irritated. I was just like, what is this? What is with these men? Like,
I hope she
I
does
understand
not land
being,
back on Housewives.
huh?
I said I hope she don't land back on Housewives, but go ahead.
She was probably the best thing for the damn show, even if she was a train wreck.
No,
It would have been boring without her. Like, let's keep it a stack.
I don't think so.
The old ladies was boring. Oh, it absolutely happened.
Yeah.
Listen, that is so.
It's odd.
That is very bitch made.
Okay. I was taking the high road, but go ahead. Yeah, it is.
Because it is. Like, I understand that you want to be like, F you want to leave, you can get out, right? I hear all of that, but it ain't just her that's got to leave. It's her and them damn kids. And especially if you got multiple children. Like, what? What is wrong with y'all? Jesus, I just don't understand it.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's really a lot. So
that's a different type of man. I don't.
Completely different. All right, you want to go on to Potomac? Anything else on Love and Marriage?
I don't think so. I mean, we're just getting started with the Love and Marriage of it all, so we'll see. Yeah. Like, there's not anything popping off as of yet.
Yikes. Okay, let's move on. Potomac.
So, Wendy is on my nerves. She is like the twins from Encore, but which makes sense. I think Wendy is a Gemini too. And that's not the shade Geminis. I love my Gemini people. But girl,
Wendy stresses me out. Like, she just is so much.
Yeah, and the behavior that she displayed at the damn spa, it seemed to me that like you are so aggressively speaking to this woman because you feel intimidated.
Yeah.
And you're attacking and all of this because you feel intimidated. Because you came for her.
The balance. She has not found the balance yet with the being a housewife, you know, the housewives, the whatevers. Like, the people who come on too strong like that. Okay, bye, Joy. The people that come on too strong like that, it's just like there's gotta be some balance here. And they just have not found it. Like, there has to be, like, she literally goes from, it's almost like she's playing for the camera. Like, she's like, okay, I got to do all of this to, you know, appear to be something or to be entertaining. And it's not coming across. It's not coming across.
It's coming across. Just not the way she think it's coming across. Because all it's that coming across is thirsty. Is what it's doing. Yes. And all the hoopla last year when I don't know who had said that she was aggressive, but like she was crying about people calling her aggressive and carrying on. But it's like, baby girl, that's how you coming across. That's how people see you. Like, what are you talking about, Mom?
But it wasn't even just like aggressive. It was like also trying to do all of the, I don't know, it's just over the top. Like, what did she say? I got time. This is Zen Win, and I got time.
I got time today.
And I'm just like, girl, please go.
You
sit
sound
down.
stupid.
You sound ridiculous. Have a seat. You sound
like it's wasteful energy. Zen Win. That's like an oxymoron because you are doing the exact opposite
of Zen Win. And she's like telling Robin, she's like, oh, because I would have popped off last year, and I'm just like, would you? Because you were even less. You were even. I don't know. She just seems confused and like she's trying to fit in everywhere, and as a result, she's fitting in nowhere.
Right. Not even with herself.
Not even with herself, because she don't seem particularly comfortable in her own skin either.
No, I would agree with you. I think that that's part of the issue. So you're like we're watching her put on more than what's really necessary. Like, girl, just be yourself. Just be in the room. Have a good time. You a Kiki when you're not doing all of that rah-rah. Like, don't nobody have time for that. That's so obnoxious.
I find it extra annoying when, okay, this is going to sound really bad. I'm sorry. Hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. But like, I find it extra annoying when people who have like actual like careers and stuff that they could just go do act like this on TV. It's one thing.
Ooh, that's not problematic. That's real.
Okay, well, I never want to sound like elitist or anything, but it's one thing when it's the girls that, you know, just got to pay their bills and they're up here paying their bills and they don't have any other particular, you know, skill sets or whatever. Like, they are reality TV stars. That is who they are. Like, it's one thing for them to do all of this, but for people who actually, like, she had a whole career.
Mm-hmm. Whole career. But now it would seem that she's trying to make this her career.
I guess. I don't have a lot of
patience. I don't know. I'm not here for it. I love when Wendy is just chilling and like making the jokes and, you know, being amenable, and not to say that that like that's how you got to show up or whatever. Like, if you got a bone to pick with somebody, you got beef, then have it, okay? But like all of this, all that rah rah and the way she was talking to her, and then you talking about you never came for her, her being Mia, you never came for Mia. And then like, but she came for you. And so now you have time. Like, girl, this is all created within your mind.
Absolutely.
And created so wrong. It don't make no sense because you came for her at your sip and see for your titties. And then you then came for her when you all got together at Karen's house for Karen's love event.
Mm-hmm.
And now that she's like defending herself, but still calm about it, like now you want to have an attitude like somebody's supposed to take your shit. Like, that's not okay.
It's not. So I don't know. I hope she gets it together, settles into her new body, and gets it together.
Settles into her new body like she a preteen. Girl, shut up.
I just can't. Like, it's just too much for me. It's too much for me. It's too much.
Okay, so Giselle, hostess with the mostest. I did appreciate that she said to Wendy, like, what is so funny?
How she left her own a bit early.
Oh, yeah. Because she was done. I was just, she was done. And I don't blame you. Because who would be there with people fussing? Like, shut up, Wendy. But, like, basically, that's what she was saying. Like, girl, we couldn't even hear what she was saying because you were so busy yelling and trying to out-talk her. Like, girl.
Giselle is a riot to me. I know everybody does not agree with me. I know she is problematic. I am not. She is just entertaining. She is good TV. Giselle is good reality TV. In the way of like,
bye.
Right. She's just is like, I can't explain it, but sometimes every now and again you get one of those people on one of these shows and you just like, this person is just good for TV. Like, they're just made for TV. And Giselle is one of those people. She's problematic. She's money challenged sometimes. She's style challenged sometimes, but she is just good on TV.
That's why they keep her around. Okay. They keep her. I don't know. I mean, the little event was cute. I appreciated that she did something for, why is her name just escaping me today? Yes, I appreciated that. But I don't know. There's nothing really going on with Giselle. And I don't ever think that there ever really is anything going on with Giselle. I think Giselle
there's never anything going on.
She just create situations. And she just ride off the situations that she creates.
Yeah, she's just messy. She's messy in the good, like, she's messy in a way that doesn't really, like, it's not so problematic because it's not tearing up anybody's family or anything. She's just messy, like, just, you know, being messy and saying silly stuff. I love it. She's perfect for TV.
Whole bunch of one-liners and faces.
Yep, that's it. That's what she's there for.
Robin is very, very boring.
Robin
Very,
is boring, but
very
I do
boring.
feel her though in this whole pandemic thing, and I didn't like how Juan was talking to her about like not getting up and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I get it, like yeah, she should be up, but
Not
at
that
the same
serious.
time, it's just the pandemic was not pleasant for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And it was like he had zero compassion for her. And it seemed like he was the one that was getting to leave the house. So it's like, yeah, when you have someplace to go, yeah, you're fine. This woman doesn't have anywhere to go. She's here with these kids all day. You know, it's like I didn't like that. And I also didn't like that stupid ass teacher on the Zoom call that was like, make sure your mom gets you up. Like, how is a 8-year-old or however old the child is supposed to make sure that his parent gets him up? But also, if he's big enough to be on his Zoom call, maybe he should set his own clock.
That part. Figure out how to sign in and all of that. Look, you able, okay?
So
I don't even think that they're. I think
okay.
they got to be like 10, 11. So I'm like, okay, she wakes him up, he get on there and do what he got to do and going about his business. Like, I don't think it should be that damn difficult.
Yeah. So I don't
People
know.
need to mind their business.
I felt bad for Robin. I understand.
I mean, in that aspect of it, I felt bad for Robin because everybody was going through the pandemic, and I get it. Like she wasn't with it, but like not having the support of your partner, that sucks.
Yeah, it does. It really does. So, what else? I mean, this episode was kind of this episode was kind of weird. Anyway. So Mia and the stripper is like, girl, we knew
that already. But sidebar, I was very much here for the gift that Ascala gave to Ashley. Her expensive bottle of champagne.
Oh,
She's like, after I gave birth, all I wanted was my drink. I was like, Ascala is gonna be a good time. That's my type of carrying on. Go ahead, sis. Yeah. Bring me the bottle of champs, okay?
Definitely. But yeah, that whole stripper thing, and she's talking about my clients didn't even want me to take clothes off, and we wore gowns, and it actually was like I went to where they wore gowns, and their money makers was still out, so don't try it.
That, and also like the gown was probably some see-through shit. So like you not walking around in a ball gown, cocktail, dinner hour, wasn't none of that.
All the way up to your belly button. Girl,
okay,
please.
Right to the hoo-ha. The cucaracha was showing to the world. Like, cut it out.
Girl, stop. That's it. I don't know.
It wasn't really a whole lot going on in this week's episode.
It's a filler episode.
For sure. So, does that bring us to a close, darling?
I think so. Do you have anything else?
No. Because there wasn't a whole lot happening in the reality shows of it all.
Not really. All right. Well, follow us for our reality recaps. We do this every single Monday. We talk some mess about the mess. And that's it. Follow us and comment below. That's it.
Okay. So see y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. All right, YouTube girl. See y'all next week.
Yes, like, comment, subscribe, and all of that.